maybe less so
really
right
kept
now.
up with the politics out there, but just something I heard the other day made me go, "Oh, that's a shame." Sound good.
Since last year, it's supposed to be that. I mean, when you're the spectrum of choice is literally just like here's the middle, and you're choosing between this and that. Who call themselves extreme left or right, apparently, but they're both fairly extreme right. So we're supposed to have the good guys right now. They're not that great, but the ones before were really insane. And doing everything really, really slowly. So just tiny steps, until one day it turns out that you can't do anything. We were like, well, if they do something we don't like, then we go and complain to, I don't know, a constitutional tribunal. And I'm like, no, you don't. That's all. That's gone. That's not coming back. Oh, and then we go and protest, and they're like, yeah, good luck. Get beaten up. And it's mind blowing how, I mean, look here and point to similar things sometimes, but it's just how slowly it happens. There's no huge overnight change where weird dressed people come to you banging at the door. It's just tiny steps. Like they've done in Hungary. I think the first thing that happened was analyzing the political preferences of people in certain areas, and then changing the borders between these areas. As simple as that. Like, okay, we put it from here to here, and we win this district. We do this, we win the other one. These guys don't like us, let's build a football stadium for them.
Okay. I might need to restart. Morna, can you hear me? So it means you might have to reconnect. You might lose a connection because I've got to restart. So you will momentarily see us. Yeah, you'll be disconnected. So please just reconnect in about 5, maybe 2 minutes, less than that.
Maybe a bit late to think about it, but would that work better if it was higher? In terms of the color, shadow, and try it. Oops. Okay. Part of the plan. I'm thinking as it is just.
Yeah, it's gone down.
I think it just lowers it a bit.
Yeah.
Can't
do much with that one, really.
Yeah.
There's a stool on top of the dodgy platform in the first place.
Well, I mean, there's
the box.
There's the rectangular bag that I have for the light. The only thing is, will it? Yeah, we have spare cable. Right?
There's a stool over by the window.
There's no harm in trying.
Brand lovely and cool compared to the old tungsten lights.
Yeah. I guess it's a bit less of a evil look.
Yeah. Dracula.
What's not to love about low angle of camera and lighting, right?
We're going to make it easier for
everybody
else to see that one. Rude.
Need to turn it around.
Maybe I'll actually get it up here.
Oh yeah.
Easier for everyone to see.
Oh, that's good.
Well, that would be better. That makes a lot of sense, Tom. Yeah, good. Much better. Okay. Okay.
So we're going with lowercase.
I can't quite. I won't be able to hear more at the moment. I'm not sure.
My
Morna, you
actor this
can hear what we're
afternoon,
doing. I'm not sure how much you're going to see, Morna, because you'll only be seeing what's on screen rather than what I'm presenting in front of us. I wonder whether it can put me through on speaker.
Yeah, I think I can just see what's on the green screen.
Okay.
My niece heard just looking. Any volunteers before?
We can see you. So, but you can see yourself. Okay.
Sorry.
How are we doing for time?
If there's absolutely no other options, then sure, but
I don't think I've got any other role really this afternoon. I don't want to rob anyone of someone's desire to give.
isn't this actually?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, green. Well, you half disappear, look.
Right back.
That's amazing. Well, I mean, also quite captivating for people to be in and half visible. Yeah.
Paper, I'm cutting out some shapes, stick them on holes. And Death Becomes Her, the film. There's a hole in his stomach.
Yeah, right, see through. How did you do that?
Well,
I stuff like this once with sun cream and UV lighting. With a camera that was only capturing UV.
oh yeah.
I wanted to see what it looks like. Like black paint.
All right.
Like literally, it was a factor of 50.
Yeah.
The light was just UV. It was the UV only
okay.
filter on the camera.
Okay.
I mean, everyone looked awful. I looked at it and I'm like, wow, honestly, I will never look at the sun again. I'm really sorry. You know, see your face basically for what it really is.
Right.
Like all that damage done, suddenly really visible. No one looks good. Really no one. But like, well, always interestingly bad. So we did some license unblocking.
That's interesting.
Wow. College and all. It's literally one of the three interesting things in the course. You know. Everyone went for droplets, high speeds, and droplets. It was cool. I want to have this in the portfolio before you like completely and the photography relevant, but UV was really interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's not easy because cameras start to filter against UV in the first place. You have to pull in two different directions.
Mario, are you ready for us to make a start?
I can be, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm here.
Okay. We did have these big lights on earlier on. Is that possible to have them on just to get us started? We can switch them off in a minute to get a better idea of what we're doing, looking at here. So we got.
Oh,
I
there
thought I remembered.
is behind the door.
House lights.
Yeah, this is,
House lights on.
yeah, it's labelled BOP. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm recording. Morna is online. Who can hear us, but we can't. I can't get Morna onto our speakers just yet. I probably could actually. Let me just bear with me. I'll do that quickly so we can hear you, Morna. Won't you a minute?
Can you not hear me when I speak just now?
Don't worry. I'm just going to put you onto here. So.
Okay.
Sound, audio. Where are you? Audio, sound settings, headset speakers. Real tech. Oh. What's the real tech? Oh. I don't know what they are. What are our speakers here? Headphones? No. One, two. Can you hear us, Mona? Oh, you can. Can you give us the sound check, Mona?
Yep. Can you hear me?
We can now, yes. We just turn you up.
Means of connecting.
We're going to get a bit of feedback, you think?
Okay. I probably won't speak much because that feedback is like. Ugh.
Yeah, don't worry. We're going to get a little bit of feedback on here. So I will turn you up when I need to. So if you mute for the moment, and then you can unmute when we want to speak to you. Normally, interestingly, it's always useful to wear headphones or earbuds. There are ways of sorting this. But, okay, you on mute. You mute your microphone. 1, 2, 1, 2. Wonder why I'm coming back on my own speaker. Bear with me. I know why.
Yeah, you tell them what to do.
I did not.
Ah,
I thought you might want to.
so we take unplug the blue cable, plug the white one into the blue cable, run that to your laptop. As you from pictures and arches.
Oh,
Okay. They used to take pictures then.
it is.
They used to run the arches this way. I'll patch it in the server room to another patch from what should be going in tonight. So I'm going to take it out of a. Okay to speak it.
Yeah, don't worry, it's me. I don't know what I've done. Something seems weird.
Just listen to
It's
yourself.
like classic delay sound checks. I'm going to
Try it
patch it into an unused patch phone
Perfect,
in the IT company should really pick up what I patched into. It makes sense in my head.
Okay.
So we need to go up the ladder, take the blue one out, plug the white one into the blue one into your device, whatever your laptop is.
Are we going to lose our Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Temporarily, but we'll lose the
I
Wi-Fi.
can give you another address to put into them.
All right.
You
Should
want
we
to
try?
get back as guest?
Should we try that?
Yeah.
Sorry, more. I've got rid of our echo here now, so you can still hear me, can you? Give me a 1, 2, just to do a sound check on you. You muted your microphone.
Yeah. Did you want me to just?
That's perfect. I can hear you. You don't need to mute anymore. I solved the problem. Just like I had to put headphones settings onto my own voice. It was my own voice I could hear. But now it's sorted. So we're all good. We're all good.
That one there, the impact as
I
guest.
might take that microphone off as well. Is that okay? Can you hear me all right?
That's going to lose once they unplug that. I don't want to close it.
We're just going to try. We've had a few issues with that Ethernet cable, but now we may have sorted it. I think, hopefully, all going well. I think.
Capital P, 4CC, capital A, capital S.
Thank you.
We were going to start. We're not. Just going to, slightly delayed. We're going to get this. We're going to get this audio sorted out. Sorry, the Ethernet sorted out, and then we will
Still
be
be able to do without doing this.
up and running.
We'll find out in a minute when we change over to this.
Was it okay with that though?
Yeah, with this it's working.
1, 2, 1, 2.
So, do you want to leave it like this? Is this workable?
How long is it going to take to get it all?
Well, I'm only trying, I'm just trial and error.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. See if
You
we
want to give it a go?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be more stable long term. You need it
Yeah.
for tomorrow. You
Yes,
get it established.
yes.
Has that been dropping out at all? No.
No, we've been running over Wi-Fi. It's working okay.
Because it's only you get, if you're on the BOP Wi-Fi, only you three guys are on it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could try this if you want. It's just that I'm then at the mercy of our IT company phoning me back.
Sure.
If you just call up the network and change it to the.
Well, it will drop out whatever happens. I mean, if there's network coming into here, it will just filters right over top of it as soon as the I mean Lorna will suddenly get cut off.
I've got other Wi-Fi's here. That's
And
what
then
I'm
we
saying.
get on another Wi-Fi.
I've got other Wi-Fi that I'm just letting Kerry log into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Temporarily go to another Wi-Fi, then we change the cable.
So impact
and
on
sort out
yes.
the patching issues.
Okay.
We'll be on a different Wi-Fi.
Lorna, you may lose us momentarily while we change Wi-Fi connections. Okay. Right, what are we doing now? Network connections, Wi-Fi.
The thing is with the impact arts case, Wi-Fi works on every access point in the building. It's a quite well, it's fairly quiet. We don't use it as we
Top
don't
one
use.
there.
Okay.
Yes, that works on
Okay.
every
Impact guests.
Give us a try.
Is that the password for it?
You just want me to swap those?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I want you to plug the white cable into your key laptop. What it is already into it?
It is
Or
already.
your patch or whatever you got it into.
Follow the cable to see where it comes from.
Yeah, so the
Dancing around
the purple cables, all the that's 6, I think. They all went a server room and then you went a
Yes.
patch. It's like a spaghetti job, and that's it. We moved in here 3 years ago.
Okay, I'll just connect to that network now. Lorna is disconnected from us, but
Okay, have you got that?
I'm back online.
Yep, that's fine.
Yep, I'm back online.
I'll take that paper just so I've got a note of where I'm patching it into.
Okay.
You just unplug that one from it. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure you don't lose out.
Sure, thank you. I appreciate it.
Very few people know that.
Obviously quick to volunteer to do this.
I think you just even log into it. Log into it.
Yep. Right, I'm going to patch into something else, okay?
That's what it is.
Yes, yeah.
Last.
Yeah, that's nice.
Have you got network? You're right on that new network.
Yes, no, it's another issue.
Sorry.
It's another website.
Right, don't worry. Okay.
I've only seen this one. Maybe it'll be like.
Yeah, I go on.
Just check this
I
one.
never understood that. I obviously don't know how to play the system.
Well, they didn't think of all that sort of stuff. My favourite was
Before the back 10 minutes, you're on somebody else is using the portal right now, so the usual it's a win. It's restricted. So So there shouldn't be any change to what was done earlier. We still got the same. Still got the same. At the moment, there's nothing should have changed. Just use a different Wi-Fi. So hopefully once that comes in, then you'll be able to go hard. Once it's all be back, probably.
We'll be able to see when that one goes live as well.
Yeah,
So the light will come on that.
Yeah, so they just need to patch it at that end. So we're going to touch some. Probably 10 minutes because we're not going to live with you. What time you broadcast? And I'll be doing.
Anytime we're ready, really.
Right.
Okay, that's it off there for it. Let me just remove my.
Let me stand there again.
No, you're all right. What I need to do is just put that background replacement in there. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'll move this camera around whilst I'm talking. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I check
You
with
can
this.
see what to do.
Literally, yeah. This. You
Okay.
can't see through this.
You
can see through. Ooh. Different background. Right, dust on me now.
Let's have a quick look at what we're doing. So what I've got here. Marvellous. It is keying still. That's nice. Yeah, it's keying on there. Right.
This is a good job.
I can use this camera here to do a little bit of a demo on things. I'm recording.
Have we got more of that count?
No, I haven't had one back in yet. But, are recording.
Is this different angle or just zoomed in?
Different.
Is it lower down there?
I just it's a different camera. I've just changed cameras. I'm on that camera now. I've just changed camera because I'm going to show you this camera for. This is the camera we were on. That's the camera you were.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just showing you on this. Actually, just showing you this camera, which is this webcam. So I'm just gonna talk you through things and maybe use this just to sort of point at stuff. I'm ready to sort of start. I don't know. Okay. So we're on Wi-Fi, but they're going to connect that in a few minutes. That's the deal, isn't it? Hopefully. Something like that. They're going to tell us. Okay. Change to the network. We'll find out. I can soon see on here actually it's the internet connected, I think.
You should be able to see the Birds of Paradise.
Ethernet. No, there's no Ethernet on the internet. No Ethernet.
No, because we've taken it off of them.
Yeah.
When they've done the patch, we should see the Birds of Paradise one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Do you want me to? How's the best way to do this?
Yeah, because when I put the blue one back on the other side earlier, like
Under this.
Is Morna there? Can you hit Morna at your back? Okay, maybe Morna can try and call us again. I don't know if you want. Do you want to WhatsApp Morna? Alright, would that be possible? Just to tell Morna that she should reconnect to us now at the moment. She's not there. She can reconnect. Just reconnect.
twin boxes are the cheapest of the cheap, so you just put the twin box on there.
Yeah.
Does it look like you've got two?
Okay, I'll
So I'm kind of happy to start whenever you want, really.
Not wired in the box. Report.
Mari, what do you want to do? Do you want to start with this
Yeah.
sort of demonstration of things? So no, you've got to go at 3. Is that right? Or 3:30? 3:30. So we've got just over an hour for today. So we can carry on. I mean, as long as I don't know how much time you got. Oh,
Fine.
Kerry, you're able to stay, or do you want us? stay a bit longer, or okay? So
It's just me that has to.
okay, fine. So just wait. More should recall us, I think.
My only stress for the day is at 3 o'clock and it's already too late for me.
What I'm going to try, what I was going to try and do is I'm going to just do a little bit of an intro to this. Just introduce all the kit here, on here. I'm recording this, and I'm going to use a camera just to sort of to look at things as I talk about stuff. I think as much as I can. Actually, I might even ask Tom to do that. Follow me with the camera a little bit, because otherwise I'll lose concentration on doing as much as possible. So what we've got primarily set up here is this laptop, which is this HP laptop, which is running the main bit of software, which is this vMix program on here, and that's what we're going to be leaving. That's what BOP will have. It comes with limited, well, not limited USBs, but limited ports, all sorts of different ports. So we're also leaving a hub, this device here. That's also part of the package. You're going to get all this equipment with this hub as well, the HP hub, and that will give you all the different input and output access to this device, and your network as well. So all your things are plugging into here. Your Ethernet. We're not connected right now. We're on Wi-Fi, but when we have Ethernet, that plugs in there on the back there, and that's what we're leaving with you, basically. All of that, and a mouse as well, because if you're anything like me, I find it a bit tricky working with a pad. We're used to working with a mouse, so we're leaving a mouse as well. There are some bits of equipment that we're not going to be leaving here, but there are things we've brought that you might think are useful. Some of this kit is obviously kit that you've supplied yourself. So we've also got some set up. Here is the green screen over there. I can't see it on the camera now because it's key. It's actually black. It's actually key. Could key the black area. But yeah, we've got a green screen that we've set up, and there's also we've got these two monitors set up here as well. So we've positioned one here in front and one to the side. We'll explain a little bit more about why we do that in a moment. But those are basically they're coming out. We have within vMix you can full screen output very easily just by I'll show you later. You can full screen output from vMix, and that will send that image to your second screen as a full screen output. You can see it. So we're actually going through a little device called a splitter, an HDMI splitter, that's then taking that output and feeding it out to two screens. That device we've brought with us, so we'll take that back with us, but an HDMI splitter will allow you to go to as many screens as you want. So you could have 4 outputs actually in there. This particular setup here, it's not essential for this setup we're doing. We're kind of like showing you the vMix production and a person performing here live, but quite often people might be remote as well. So if you were doing the production and all your actors were remote, you wouldn't need to worry about this sort of HDMI business here. You could just have a screen, just do it all your people, all this bit, this green screen bit, is somewhere else in the world. But for the benefit of here today, we're showing you as part of this full setup. So that's sending us the full screen output from there. And the other bit of kit that we're going in with into vMix with is a number of different cameras. We've got different cameras we're going into the laptop with. And one of the cameras is this camera here, this Logitech camera that you've supplied through that Morna has sourced. It's quite a low spec Logitech camera, so it's only works at what 720p resolution. It's not full HD. It's HD, but not full. And it's a bit tricky to work. So you're not getting great quality through that. We can have a look at those. Let's go to this screen now. I think what's the best way of showing you this bit? I might pause for a moment. Before I move it to the cameras, so I want to just move to the cameras now. So let's just say what, Tom? I'm gonna go to this. Oh, we can go to that screen. Yeah, it makes sense. I'm going to show you the cameras. You can see it on that screen. So let's actually know before I do that. Yes. Okay. So this is the Logitech camera that is just take off the chroma key for a moment. This is this Logitech camera here. This little one. Just a regular USB connected webcam coming into that. You can see it on the screen. You can see this. I'm looking at myself there. The feedback. That's the camera we're looking at. That's just basically going in with a USB connection, and then we've got another one. This one here. This is a slightly better one. That's the anchor one. That's going in at 1080p, which gives you quite a good image quality. Which is that camera, which is actually that camera we can see on screen right now. We're looking at. So do you want to put that back on the? Sure. Yeah.
It's
Struggling to get my thing
in,
down.
but she's not seeing the hearing anymore.
Oh really? Ooh, that's weird.
Oh no, yeah, she's still still.
Do you want to try and reconnect again?
I asked if she would help.
I wonder if that's Wi-Fi. I wonder if that Wi-Fi connection. There's a different Wi-Fi that's got better. Oh dear. Yeah. That could be a problem with the Wi-Fi we just changed to. Let me see myself.
Can't see through it.
Ah, because it's plain black.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I don't know you're half invisible.
I don't have anything in that particular color, but I have something close.
She's saying that's
That'll
now.
be good. A hoodie even. So
I love the
just
gloves and
No, she didn't. She did. Yes, I can see what Mona's in. Here is Mona. Hello.
Yes.
1, 2, 1, 2. You can hear us. Okay. Fantastic. Right, you're back in. There we go. Where were we? We're looking at what we've basically got going into Phoenix. There's a number of different cameras. We've got 3 different cameras going into Phoenix. So
Where are they physically going? They're going into the
hub.
Well, the same hub. isn't it?
They are. Except one slight difference. I'll show you the map. So the 2 webcams, both going in on USBs into the hub. We can then find them quite easily inside Phoenix. But we have got another camera that is our significantly best camera we have, best quality, which is the best way to go into this. Which is this one here? This one here. I'm going to cut that now. That one there. That camera there. That is this camera up here. That's not good. That's not a webcam. It's just a regular video camcorder.
Okay.
So that is it's a Sony camcorder. The thing about this is it has a video output, an HDMI video output. I've actually taken the battery out, so it just runs on the mains. This camera, it's almost like it doesn't do anything other than be a camera. It doesn't record, it doesn't do anything, but what it does do, it has all the functionality of a normal camera. So we can do all our zooming with the camera. You don't have to do it with a webcam. It's very difficult to get into the software. It can, but it's really sort of problematic, and it always never stays quite how you want it to. But with a camera like that, it's much easier to work with, and I would highly recommend that the way to go for you in the future if you want to do these things with the camera. So I brought the camera with me. This is this is quite an old one now. But this has it's an HD 1080p camera. You can, and it's just got an HDMI. It's going to have an HDMI output or some kind of output. It goes into this device. Is the little sort of magic device. It's called a black magic device. The black magic design. It's just a little what we call a video encoder. And what it does is it turns this video HDMI into this kind of USB-C what they call lightning cable input. You can go into your computer with, and the computer will see it as a video input. So it turns it into a webcam, really. It turns it into a webcam with all the functionality you've got here, so you can set independent white balance and all the rest of it. But I brought that with me, and these Ultra Studio devices, I think they're about I don't know, £100 or something for that little device. They are very useful, and they don't need powering, so they're quite. You can then get longer HDMI cables. You can get extend the power to the camera. You can put the camera wherever you want. Then you're not limited. You know, you're limited as far as you can put your HDMI cable, which is about 10 meters. Or you can go. We're getting a bit more into the professional video world here, but you can go what they call not HDMI, but you can go SDI, which is a regular coaxial cable. You can connect that from your camera. If your camera has an SDI output, you can go 100 meters. So you could be in a theatre with a 100-meter distance on an SDI cable. Yeah, they are, but you can you could convert that into an SDI. So I have got a little SDI converters as well. So that is really the way to go with that, to get that kind of output into this situation. That's the best camera you get. The best working with those kind of cameras is always going to be better than working with a webcam.
Very easy to frame as well with this.
Yeah, you could, because you've got independence. You could look at the screen. You can turn the screen round and look at it yourself. You know, that's it's just a little consumer camera, but it works. It does the job very well. So just before I get into the vMix itself, I just want to make sure you're familiar with everything we're setting up here. We've got the lights. So the lights that Bart has brought over today. These are lights that you've got access to. So they're lights. They can be nice, good diffused lighting on our green screen. It's working very well. So I won't say any more about that because Bart's very familiar with all that stuff already. Green screen is up. We've got this device. So let's just look at this one quickly. This is something I've brought with me as well. This is this thing called a Stream Deck, and this works together with the with vMix. And I'm going to show you how to work this later on, how this actually works. But what it does is it allows us to assign. Actually, I've already put some vMix plug-in switches on here, so I can assign all sorts of different hotkeys, if you like, from vMix directly to this. It's the same. You could do the same thing with a keyboard. You could this will allow, the software will allow you to do a whole scene transition or a fade or a series of sequences, timed, delayed, video effects, just by one key. You can put it through to the keyboard. But this actually allows you to put it through to this device here. And there are a number of other functions you can then include as well. I'll come to it later, but it's a really useful little device, and it just connects to there via USB to your hub as well. And then once that's the sort of production setup. I've got headphones going into it as well, so I can hear what's happening on here, and they can hear me. So that's pretty much where we are. The screens, as I mentioned, we've got 2 screens, quite positioned here, importantly straight ahead and to the side. We could have another third one over there, actually, would be even better. So we have screens on both sides and at the front. So that's a quick overview of what we've got. Are you happy for me to start talking about what happens in the vMix software?
Mm-hmm.
You're happy for me to go into that as well. So what I think I might do here, I might share this on these bigger screens. So then you can then see it. So at the moment, so when I'm in vMix here, like I said, I'm sharing the screens. I click full screen. When I click off full screen, so you see that there. Can you see what I've just done? Full screen at the very top. It takes it off these 2 screens, and now we've got our desktop on those two screens. And I'm going to go into my screen settings, and I'm just going to now share. Did you see that part? Just to sort of familiarise you, just full screen option there. So it's just basically that there, and I'm going to talk you through all this in a moment. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this out onto those screens, so we can look at it there, and you can see exactly what's going on. Is that all right? Everyone okay? Everyone with me so far? We're all still alive. Excellent. Good. Let me just go to screens on here. You're going to sit yourself down there, Murray. You can get a chair when you sit on the green screen. You'll be all right on this.
Or a cushion.
Or a cushion. Yeah, so we're going to, I'm going to duplicate displays now. There we go. Okay, keep changes. So now you're seeing everything I'm seeing on my screen. Is that okay? All good. We're all good. So this is now vMix. This whole user interface here is the vMix interface. When it opens up, this is how it appears, and when you initially open it up, you only get two little windows. 2 of these little. See, it says where my cursor is untitled. It's actually let's go to the very top. I've got input 1 and input 2 here at the very top. Let's get rid of that. Sorry, I get rid of that for the moment. You don't see that on there. You don't. That's for Morna's benefit, really. So we've got input. So when you open up vMix, you only have 2 inputs for the first time you open it. I won't close it down to show you the default opening, because we'll lose Morna in our call. But on the left here, with an orange bar above it, is our preview screen. Yeah. So whatever I put into here, I put that one in there. We're not showing that live, so Morna's not seeing this screen here on the left. It's all feeding back on the right. On the right is where this green bar is. Ignore what it says, camera in video broadcast. Ignore that. It's got nothing to do with it. That is to do. This is actually our program out. This is our output. This is the master output that goes out to our screens here around the green screen, and this is what you could stream online. That's what you could take into a Zoom meeting. You could take it into a Teams meeting, whatever. You can stream it on YouTube. We are feeding it back to our call-in participants, which includes Morna. So that is our output screen, and as I said, on the left is our preview screen. This is what what we want to do here. Rather like a general kind of video switcher, we have a little. If you imagine, there's a little physical thing of this, but you could fade the 2 together like that. There's doing it manually there. But that's how. So that I just switched between the 2 things. But we have other things here. I can cut I can fade, I can merge, which I can explain later on. Merge is quite an interesting thing. It will merge one almost. It almost interpolates one image into another when they're two similar images, or they're two the same files. It will move them. So merge, wipe. We can do wipe. Yeah, lots of wiping, lots of different things. Cube, zoom. It does all sorts of things. All those horrible effects that you find on all these things actually down here. Lots of different things. You know, the sorts of things you often see in transitions in any video package or any of those sorts of things. So these are all your different transition techniques. It does a thing called Stinger, which I won't talk about now, but Stinger is a preloaded animation that you can make. They use that in productions. It's sometimes you'd use it in productions to sort of to transition from one scene to another. So it could be like a flying logo or something that would then reveal an image behind it or something like that. That's what a stinger is, and you can put your own in. So that is the basic setup. You're switching from you're switching from your preview to your program, and then whatever you put into your preview, you preview that. So we can then fade that in. We then want that scene, and so we bring that into our preview, and we then fade that one in, and so on and so on, and we then put that one in, and we fade that one in. So those are all our different sort of ways of fading in scenes and in and out. Let's just go back to that scene there for a moment. I'm going to just pause in a minute, and we'll have some questions. So I could even now, before I do, the next thing I want to show you is all these images down the bottom here. Yeah, these are all these things. The very bottom window, this bottom window here. These are showing you all your different inputs. I can put anyone on the output, any of these. No, I can put them like that. Oh, I see what you mean. What
Are we actually recording at the moment?
Yeah. Sorry?
Oh, what are we actually recording at the moment?
We're
This
recording.
output, or
We're recording data. We're recording data output. That's right. That's right. So let's just put this back over here. Cut to there. There we go. So that's what we are. That's the camera view. So at the moment, if we look at the bottom here, these windows at the bottom, all these little boxes represent all our inputs. Yeah, they're all the different inputs we're bringing in that we could potentially then mix with, and that includes our cameras. So we have some cameras set up. That camera there, for example, is. Which camera is that? That's the sorry, that's the audio camera. I'm looking at the wrong one here. Yeah, that camera there is our green screen camera in the front. It's actually our camcorder camera at the front there. That Bart's just going to be in front of. There we are. Fantastic. Great. There we are. That's our camera in the front. So and then there's this camera here, which is Tom is moving around with to film everything. And we have the Logitech camera. That's that little 720p camera. That one there. See that one? That's the image for that one. But what we can also do, apart from having camera inputs, live camera inputs here, these are all connected by USB, as I mentioned earlier on. We can also have camera inputs from people calling in. For example, Morna is here calling in. So that's another live camera input. A little slow, but the network, it's down to network connection. We're over Wi-Fi and so on. I think that sort of thing. Now, if Morna was on a green screen background, we could bring Morna into the mix in a similar kind of way with our other scenes and so on. So that's a call in. So we have two options. We have camera inputs and call in inputs. There's the two different types, and the call in inputs could potentially be all your distance actors, your actors who are remoted well, located remotely. And they would be calling in to take part, to perform in the performance, and so on and so on. Now, what I want to show you, so in some of these situations, so those are, ignore that one, that's just a different video I had running in there before, one Decklink mini recorder. That's an input. So that's actually there. You can't see anything there. Of course you can't, because it's an audio headset microphone input. That's showing me my microphone input. So every box is a kind of input. That's a microphone input. That's a call-in input, microphone input. That was Jane who called in earlier. Because she's now disconnected, it's gone black. There's an image of me, calling in earlier on from my telephone, just check it was working. And another image of me calling in from my telephone, checking it's working. I can literally put just colour bars in there as well. We're going to come to these ones here that say scene 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll come to that in just a moment. I'm going to come back to that. Before I do that, I want to show you all these things. Now, these things here are image inputs, single image file inputs. They're all PNGs, and they're all 1080p. They're all 1080p, 1920 by 1080 pixels. They're made with Photoshop. They can be made with any kind of video, imaging software. And the actual black area in here designates the fact that it's an invisible image. That bit is actually an invisible part of the actual Photoshop file. So if you've worked with Photoshop and you cut out something and you save it as a PNG, it has that sort of checkered grey background. That means that area is going to be invisible. You can overlay that on something else. So that's exactly what happens here. So that one there, for example, is a pink square on an invisible background. And I'll tell you what we can do, just to show you that. There is a thing called overlay. This has these buttons here, 1 to 4. They're called overlays. Now I can overlay an image on my program output. I'm not going to change my program output, but I can overlay an image. I can overlay that on there. Oh, sorry, not that. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to overlay this one. Click on the one there. It'll overlay that. Tom can have some fun with some feedback now. There we are, playing around. There we are. So that's playing on. That's got to overlay 1. I can get 4 overlays. I don't often use these functions, but they're there because there's another way of doing this. It's much more better, much more controlled. I can overlay 2. Overlay that one. You see, because this image is black. That designated area is invisible. It's just overlaying that blue triangle. So, and then I can overlay that one there, 3. That's another bit of triangle. That I've overlaid again. It's a invisible PNG file image. They're very simple files. These image files. Another one I can do. 4th one I can put there. Look, that one in there. That's the 4th one. So I've got 4 overlays on my live program output there. I've put in these different image inputs. We'll take them all off for the minute because they're going to get in the way and confuse us. If you forget they're on there, you think, why is that image on there? Why is that image on there? And then it's because it's overlaid. You've got to just check. If you see a little green light lit up on there, you know you've got something going in. Something's overlaying on your program output all the time. So we'll take them all off now. There we go. And I think it saves the last one you did. If I go to 1, yes, it will do that. That will take me there. So if I now select that as 1, and I take it off, I bring it back on again, it will have that one again. So the last input is saved. But we don't
find them here.
Yes, you see the numbers are also on the bottom here of each little box. They're numbered 1 to 4. Actually, they're the same.
So if you want red, you basically on 1 you do 1.
Yeah, you can click it here. Just it brings it in on there. And you could think, well, I don't want to. If I click that onto 1, it'll take that red one off and put this one instead. So I don't want that. I want that one on 1, but I want that one in as well. So I'll put that on 2. And the numbering is important because that's what's in front and behind. So number 1 is at the very back, and then 2 is on top of that, and 3 is on top of that, and 4 is on top of that. And that's the way it's numbered. So if I do 4, all the lines are on top of each other, all on top of those other ones. Which is just done. The circle, if I do that as 3, I'll put it behind that number 4. If I wanted in a different order, I'd have to change them round, put them in a different order. Okay. And then I've got background. I've got coloured backgrounds, so I could put whole coloured backgrounds in there as well. We could just have that as a whole coloured background and position our videos and things on top of it. And there's a whole bunch more. So that's why the title here. I've been constantly just been doing that, just putting the title on top, taking it off. However, what I wanted to show you, and this is the important part. You still with us, Morna? Good. Making sense? Okay. Now I was going to show you these scenes here. Now, actually, before I go there, first of all, I just want to show you down here on the bottom, these some very important menus here at the very, very bottom. We've got things like add input, record. We're recording this all at the moment. External, we can actually assign external outputs to different devices. We'll come to that later. Streaming, we can set this up to stream to all different kinds of streaming outputs. YouTube, it shows you here, lots of different sources. You can go to Twitch, Vimeo, whatever you have an account with for streaming, you can stream to it. And you can stream to multiple places at once. So that's the streaming menu. A multi-recorder I do not use, so I won't go into it for the moment. It's another function. It's a playlist I don't use either. I never needed to use it, so I'm not going to go into it right now. But it's there to be explored. But the important one is here. The very most important one you'll use a lot is called add input. You can actually just click on add input, and it'll bring up a window like this. And it'll tell you all the sorts of inputs you can bring in. So you could bring in a video file, an MPEG file, a DVD I have not used, so I won't tell you about that one. I'm not quite sure how it brings in a DVD. It hasn't got a DVD player on here, so list I don't use that either. Anyway, the video brings in a video file. Camera brings in a video camera. So these are, remember, our webcams. That's where you'll find them. If you want to bring in more, you'd want to put them in here. And you can see there's our Ultra Studio recorder. That's our little device we use to capture the video. And then you've got the Anchor Power Conf. That's our webcam that Tom's holding. The one that Tom is holding. You can't do that, Tom. Okay. And then you've got the camera and video broadcast. Okay, I'll come to that later on. I'm actually going through that. I'm bringing in the bringing in that Anchor camera through that NVIDIA broadcast. I shall explain to you, perhaps explain later why. Anyway, for the moment, these are your cameras. These are your camera inputs. That one we have that one in as well, but it only works at 720p. So then we have things like NDI inputs, which is really quite interesting. Now we can bring in all these different outputs are assigned to different NDI outputs. NDI is Network Distribution Interface. If you come across it at all before? No. So NDI is quite an interesting technology. If you're working in a live theatre performance and you want to get video from one place to another, and you want to send it from vMix out to a screen, you can actually use NDI, and you can assign it to a network. It basically runs over a network cable, and you can pick it up on a hub in a networked environment. And if you have an NDI receiving screen, you can put it out on that screen. So you can actually do lots of exciting things where you can get video on all sorts of different devices. So I won't go into too much of it now, but it's a useful thing to know about. I mean, and you could well be using it, and I think more often than not, in a theatre environment, it will be something you will come across more often in the future. I won't go into streaming SRT because I don't know much about it really, but or instant replay. You can do instant replays. So you could have a performance where you could literally have someone could do something, you could then replay it as like a replay for a sports event or something. That's how they would use it. You could use it interestingly. The functionality's there, so it might be something part of the scripting and the performance ideas that emerge out of that. That's the stinger thing I mentioned to you earlier on, is about loading a stinger. I won't go into it. I've used it once, but haven't found it so useful. Video delay. I don't know quite how that maybe slow things down.
You want these 10 seconds to react if there's something that's not to be seen.
That could well be.
Yeah.
It could very well be, which is probably quite a good idea. So let's just so at the moment it's not set to anything. I don't think it's set to that. I don't know how to reset it. If I reset it, is there a reset button? I wouldn't know. Good point. We'll come back to it. Image is actually, you'll use that a lot. That's for bringing in images. All your PNGs and JPEG files come in through images, and you just have to you choose it, you browse where you want them, and then you have to bring in images. So we could go. That's the thing I said up earlier on. This was some objects I used earlier on. So this is how I bring all these images in. So when you compile your scenes, that's how you bring the images in, like that. And you can open them. I don't know. Good question. I just brought that in, but I think I've already brought it in there.
Got that now? Doesn't access thing not?
What's going on?
No, the blue thing doesn't need plugging in.
Take it out.
You see it?
You still with us, Warner? Just a quick update on our network connections.
No.
Just try and bring in some images.
Is that going from the white cable? Is that going from 05 into PC?
Going into
Blue one's
Yeah.
relevant.
yeah, the white one's going into the PC.
Yep.
Is that coming from 05, not 06? 06.
It's coming from 05. Yeah.
No, that's right.
Well, it's 1.5, not 0.
1.5.
That's 1.5. Double check.
Yeah.
It comes out at 1.5.
I don't think I can do much else, guys. I'm just.
Don't worry.
Time on my time, alright?
Don't worry. We'll switch back to there.
That's fine. I'll do the same in it, but I'll leave it now so you're not getting any clicks.
Okay.
I'm just doing
Okay, Mona. We're not getting very far with the wired internet connection. I think there's some issues about that. It doesn't seem to work quite as straightforward as we thought it might do. Just open. Oh yeah. See, then that opens there at the bottom there. See what I just did? Open to add input image, browse, choose a file. That opens it over the bottom, and that's where it is. So now I have that in my mix. Another way of doing that, quite actually, if you want to add a whole bunch of images at the same time, you can go to into the folder itself and just grab them and just drag and drop them. You could do two at the same time. you can't do that. That's the only way you can do that. Drag and drop. So it brings them both in. I find that quite useful. If you want to get rid of them, you don't want them anymore, just simply close it. Close, close, close. We don't need them. We've already got them in there, so we don't actually need them again. So they're in here already. So those images, input images, photos, same sort of thing really. What is photos? I don't know. I presume that's from a photo. They're JPEGs of course, of some sort. But anyway, I don't often use photos. Bringing photographs in as something uniquely different. Notice I get more options if I open this window. So here you can click on that little menu at the side there, and you can choose something straight up, or you can click on the box. But you get slightly a bit more input. PowerPoint's quite interesting. You can bring in a PowerPoint presentation, and then it then brings it in as a whole bunch of different images. Images like a video piece. You can then just go through it like you can actually go through it automatically. We said it's 0. Just forward. Just go through it. So it can be used. Quite interesting. And then color is just a plain color. Sort of input.
Paul, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Mona.
See, with the images, did you say they were PNG or JPEG?
They can be either, but the advantage of using PNG is that you can have the opportunity to have an invisible section within the actual
Got you.
image. So that bit there that's a PNG. I couldn't possibly do that with a JPEG because JPEGs don't hold that kind of information that you can have an invisible section of them. The PNGs are probably the better way to go. They're a bit bigger in file size sometimes. They can be. Am I right in thinking that? I think so. Yeah, but they're probably a better way to go. And where are we? Add inputs. So we did PowerPoint. I won't go into that now. I did use it for the workshop. Remember the workshop we did the back in June, beginning of June, I think it was. We did the knowledge exchange workshop, and I asked you for some PowerPoint slides, Mona. I brought them into vMix this way, so I brought them in as a PowerPoint presentation. You have to have PowerPoint installed on this machine to do that. That's the only thing. You must have PowerPoint installed to do it. But it does. We'll load it. Now, yeah, sure, Marius, you've got to go. No problem at all.
I'll be back in the morning.
Okay, lovely.
And hopefully we'll have more in person as well.
Yeah, we'll see how Warner is feeling. Yeah, of course.
All right.
And will Robert be here tomorrow as well?
He is coming in, yes.
Oh,
I'm not sure for the
fantastic.
whole day.
Of course, yeah, no problem at all. No problem. It's nice to meet Robert too. And I think he might be familiar with some of these technical things.
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. All right, see you tomorrow. But Kerry, you're staying for longer. Bond, you're good as well. So we won't get locked in or anything. Okay. Fantastic. So we are. So the PowerPoint is quite a good input tool, but like I say, you have to have PowerPoint installed on here, which you can get. I think we could relatively easily. The color input. Now that's important actually. A color is a good way to set up a scene. That's the way I normally set up scenes that I've shown before. So I'll come to this in a moment. I'll come back to a moment. So audio is audio files. So you bring in audio files if you want bits of audio to play during your scenes. And then you've got audio input, which is basically all your audio device, all your input devices, your microphones, all your different microphone sources, and wherever you're bringing in audio from will come up there. Title. Well, this is the kind of this allows you to put titles in, and you can find some simple things without all the horrible logos all over it. Somewhere here, with just basic text, will allow you, I think, to put in some basic titles, a little bit like the title I had for the actual piece earlier on. Let me try and find one that is simple, straightforward title. What have we got? Kind of strange things. I can't remember actually. I'm trying to find a basic one. The default one. They may have changed this slightly. I don't know what spinner is. I don't know what that is now. Let's just open that up for a minute. We'll bring that in for a minute. What does that show us? I'm exploring as I'm doing this. I think. Let me just. I wonder why that's come down here. Oh, sorry. We have to right click on it to edit title editor. Now I don't know images. I don't want that, so I'm going to get rid of that for a minute. We don't want that. We can just minus that or clear it, I guess. Clear it. Is that right? Yeah. This will delete all the title presets for this title. Do you wish to proceed? Yes, I do. I think so. I'll get rid of that image. Okay. I can't remember how I did that. Maybe I don't need that image in there. I'm getting a little lost now because it's so long since I've done this one. But I have set one up here earlier on. You see, I sent this. This was a title edited piece. I was title edited. It has images with no images in there, text. So I can do it. So let me just go back to it. Title editor. I'll get rid of that image. Settings. No. It's not letting me do it. Maybe it's. I can't remember why. Maybe it was the wrong one to do. Let's close it. We'll try one. Sorry, I might have to rehearse this one and come back to you on the title editing one. I might carry on if that's okay. Yeah, titles is useful, but I often, to be honest with you, you can often do a whole lot more with just a JPEG file or PNG with your title on it. You can fade it in and out. I mean, if you want some fancy kind of animation with your title, then you can use some of these things. They're quite sort of TV news-like things. They're not really. They're just a bit gimmicky. They're not. It may be useful, but I think you're better off just using a basic an image file with your title on. Quite honestly. So virtual set we're going to come to in a moment. We do use parts of that in different ways. We're going to make up our own and not rely on these, which, as I say, are very sort of newsroom type of setups. I'll come to that in a moment. So web browser. This is actually really quite interesting here. So I could put in a web page. So what's the BOP? What's BOP's web page? Is it theatre? .co.uk. Okay, I got that. Okay, let's try that. And I spelled it right. www. Oh, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's right.
This is right, is it? I wonder why it's. Maybe it needs www. Well, HTTP in there. Maybe. Let me just close it a second. I'll do it again. Bear with me a moment. It's quite a good one. It's quite a useful one to have. I'll show you what else it will do. Let me open it on a browser first of all. Okay, let's just do that. Oops, sorry, Tom, I can't quite see what I'm doing there. I'm going to come back out of here. Okay. There we go. Now then, so now I've got BOP Theatre website. And what's quite interesting is I can actually it's actually interactive as well. So I could be outputting this website, talking people through it, and showing them all the different links as well in it as well. So
That would be cool for Lost Worlds, Mona.
where have I gone now?
My camera back on to record it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it back on. There we go. I don't know where I've lost the How do I refresh that? That's a bit strange, isn't it? How I've done that. I'll do another one. Web browser. More browser. There we are. I'm going to put that in there. Do it again. Okay. Okay. So there it is up there. So that was the contact page I think I went to. Blog about us. That's it, you see. Yeah.
So the page is actually interactive in the window here.
Yeah. They're interactive in this window, so I can actually move them around. So I could be actually having that on there, and actually like showing it to people, then just and going through the website as well. So we go to lock. So I think that's how we did it before. I think I did take you into the Lock World site. Okay, it's not. Didn't let me take that link. I don't know why. There we go. Not quite sure, but anyway, we can look at that a bit further on. So the other options you've got then under here, I tend to use. That's the video calling. So that's the way I brought Morna in, for example. So what I do, click on there, and that sets up a video call, and it assigns a password to it. We don't change that. Actually, don't change anything in here. You simply just go OK, and that will set up a new calling opportunity. So then I have to make sure I copy that number down. So I would then say to somebody, like I said to Morna earlier on, I said, open this particular web page, which is called a vMix call-in web page, and then we call in on that number. So I can just go and copy that now. I copy it. And then I'm going to go OK. It sets up as a call in there. We could then go. So I can use my telephone, for example. Just as another example, just to show
You
you.
don't really need to have installed that.
Sorry?
You don't need any app.
No, because it's just a web browser. The web browser is all you need. So the program is called Advanced vMix Call. That's the web page. It's advanced.vmixcall.com, and this is what is web RTC, web real-time communications protocol. And you just put in a name, any name you want, test, and then the password, and it's got to be that number. So that number is got to be put in. So it's like 941. This is exactly what Morna did earlier on. 941 31 522 52251. That one there. Call in. And it should do. It's just going to load up. Then it says Advanced vMix Call would like to access your microphone and camera. Yes, I'll allow that. And that's what it would say on any web browser as well. So I can then move that like that. Get myself in there. In a moment, I should see that picture coming back to me. I'm not seeing it yet. Oh, really? Oh, there we are. Marvellous. We've lost the call. Yeah, I can see it. Oh, that maybe something to do with our network. They may have we may have lost our Wi-Fi. I think we probably have lost our Wi-Fi. I'll pause for a moment. Any questions? Sorry, it's right there. Please do. I might have some water.
We pause the recording.
No, don't worry. Keep recording.
It's basically like a big mixing deck for all kind of
Yes.
inputs.
Yeah.
Media we already have, other people call in, other people taking part. That's good.
Let's just look at the network connections. Oh, it says connected. So Wi-Fi is connected.
It's next door.
I think it must be. Yeah, Impact Arts best. We're not on our own Wi-Fi.
We weren't ever since he asked us to change those cables off. I don't know if they're still working on it or they're picking up.
We have got a network still, so we're okay. I don't know why I couldn't.
Did we not tell them that we were okay with Wi-Fi?
They were still
That
thinking
work-
it came around when we were in the middle of something. So
More or less the same way if you say, I don't know, webcams and stuff, if you had them like in setting or something.
Sorry, let me just
Yeah.
weird. I'm not getting a picture through. Why? Yeah, I'm not getting a picture. Let's disconnect it. Unable to connect before. Yeah, weird. Why is it not calling it?
It's weird. Like I get like, oh, I have a 5G. Oh, right. Didn't even know I have a 5G. And that explains why
We are underground.
I hear voices in my head and
Yeah,
on the top. But no, it's weird. Like when you have
But
like
you're
full
immune to
signal,
all those
but
things.
like full signal, but then for some reason I can't really send the text. I had to do.
This building can be really
Yeah. I don't get any phone signal where I live, in the middle of understand it. It's nothing to do with the area, all to do with like
And it stopped recording for a minute.